Sound check, testing. Shalom, Israel. This is ISUPK. Start off 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yahanna, where we teach blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians make up the 12 tribes of Israel. We start off 1969. And we are the 12 tribes of Israel, the greatest people that ever walked the earth. We're teaching the Hebrew class tonight. Lashawan, Qadash, Ancient, and Assyrian Hebrew. We are not affiliated with any other Israelite group. Understand that. So if you get in here in the chat, if you're not blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indians, then we're simply do not even have to address you. But get in the class. You know, if you're black, Hispanic, or Native Indian, man, all the way from the Isles of the Caribbean all the way to Alaska. The Most High has given us blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indians the charge to get this message out. So this is the Lashawan Qadash class, the ancient Hebrew from the beginning. And when we have learned the ancient Hebrew of the Most High have given us up here on our chart, we have a chart up here. Of course, we have an Assyrian Hebrew also when we were in captivity. Hebrew has 22 characters in the ancient Hebrew. In the Assyrian Hebrew, we have 22 characters, plus 5 more, making it 27 in the Assyrian Hebrew. The Hebrew ancient has 2 connectors, and we have in the Assyrian Hebrew, we have 5 ending characters. And Hebrew sounds sort of like a abagada, and it does sound like that. And it looks vastly different from the ancient Hebrew. Of course, when we were in captivity with the Assyrians, we were in captivity all over the planet, really, when you think about it. And Most High saw fit to allow us to go through captivity and learn our lessons, man. And we are gotten to the point where we are gotten it together. We have understanding. So, but we're here teaching the Lashawan Qadash so our people can understand who we are. Tonight we're teaching a class called the interrogative words. And interrogative simply means question words, words of question, you know, who, what, when, why, and where. Let's give you the definition of that. Well, first of all, let's see what we got in class. Let's see what we got in class. Before we go there.
We have ISUPK Shah, Officer Shah.
Got Officer Shah up in here, up in the house.
We have Radquah checking in from
Radquah, right.
And we have Young Man Dennis checking in from Greenville.
Young Man Dennis checking in from Greenville, South Carolina.
We have Thakuwa.
Thakuwa.
Checking in from Shara.
From Shara, right. Thakuwa. Right, let's clap it up for everybody. Right? We salute our brothers. Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Barak Atham. We're going to salute our sisters. Yahweh Shema Alathan by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. These are the salutes that the Most High gave us in the Bible to salute our brothers and sisters. Yahweh is how we address God, and Yahweh Shai is how we address what you call what you want to call Jesus, you know. So we're gonna go a little bit, and then we'll go on. We get finished with the interrogative words. We'll give this definition here to show you a little bit. I think I might have done a class here a couple times on this in the times we've been doing this. Go ahead. Let me post me. Y'all look at the monitor here and look at what an interrogative is. Okay. Look at the interrogative. And interrogative. Read about that. That's Let me see. I can read a little bit. It's just having. I got a different definition up there. Let's see. Having or conveying. An interrogative is a see if I can see a little better up here. Interrogative is a word used to form a question. Interrogative words are or described as uh, mm, determines pronouns and adverbs and example, which, what, where, how, things like that. Okay. So interrogative word and another definition, if you sit up in the chat here, it's having or conveying the force of a question. So, in other words, when you see questions asked in the Bible, is usually 90% of the time, 99% of the time. Sometimes it could be added some other sort of way. It's going to be an interrogative, or just simply five W's and some words. The five, I think, the five interrogatives, and then you're going to have some H interrogatives also, right? How long, things like that. So we're going to get into it. So if you're in the chat, go ahead and y'all understand what's this over here in the ancient Hebrew and the Syrian Hebrew, ancient Hebrew. In the chat, we have symbols, two symbols to use to make to differentiate a sound and to make those sounds have their own sound, really. And if we want to join two sounds together, then there's a symbol that we use for that. So make sure you be cognizant of that when you're using the ancient Hebrew. And of course, when you're using the Syrian Hebrew, make sure you're cognizant of or understand the Assyrian Hebrew, the five ending characters like ka, ma, na, pa, and taza in the end, right here. There, okay? And of course, uh, the ancient Hebrew, Abba, Gada, Hawa, Zaka, Ta, Ya, Kala, Manasa, Ipa, Taza, Kwarasha, Tha. And that sounds exactly the same in Hebrew. Assyrian, the Hebrew ancient, they sound alike, but they're spelled vastly different. So what we teach in class is that you have to learn to transliterate the word. That means put it in your language that you speak at the present moment. It may not be your native language, but right now the Lord said that when we were put on slave ship, that we would be given a language, man, that we won't even understand. So English, bastard language. But that's the language that we spoke. Of course, Hebrew is not. Hebrew is the original language. But we have to put these Hebrew characters into English so we can figure out what words those are from our definitions of words. So go to work. Y'all know what time it is. I always try to give you an understanding and let you guys work with the interrogative words. The first one, let's get the first one together. I always put a little red dot by the one we're working on. So we're working on this, just in case somebody come and say, oh, I didn't know which one we're working on. There's a red dot right there. Find that red dot and work on that. That makes sense. In the meanwhile, I know you guys getting off work. Now, you know there ain't no water right there. We got my yam, and then we got um, yayan. Okay. We have that also, right? Just make sure you understand that that's what we got in class. We have we're broadcast on the two networks, YouTube and Facebook. Okay, so understand that. Understand. Like and share the class. Make sure you guys like and share the class too. Also, by the way, like and share the class real good, so you'll understand. So people will have time to share also. And we're going to never forget, make sure we salute our brother, how about Shabbat Thab, Officer Karab, that it's going to be back to see us again when the Most High sees fit. Kwom Yasharala. That's what we want to understand, okay? So make sure you guys understand that may he rise again, right? Officer Karab, okay? Uh, and also make sure you guys pay your tithe and offering while we're doing this. And the Passover's coming up real soon, the 57th, right? Annual Passover in Houston, Texas. So make sure you guys pay your Passover fee as we're doing these interrogative words, okay? Having or conveying the force of a question. So these basically are question words, right? So understand it, okay? What we got? Anybody got in the chat the first one? An understanding of the first one? Yeah, let's see.
Kind of one.
What we got?
Bakua has an answer.
Takuwa. She's read that one, boy.
She has MAYA.
Maya, right?
Kind of one.
Mm-hmm. And Maya, and I think I may have given these before. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Michael Love has an answer.
Michael Love,
Kind of one.
what does he have?
He has MAYA.
Okay, he has the same thing, right? Anybody else? They're verifying each other, which is cool. That's what I like to see in class. We verify each other, man. Maya, okay? Maya in the Bible, this word means this. Let's see if I can room to write this down. Yeah. This word right here. Lock it. Ooh. There we go. Who? Like it's a question. It's showing a question in this case because you're question Salakia. Yeah. In other words, it's like right there. Salakia. Okay. So Maya is saying the word who. It's an interrogative for if you want to ask who did something. Or let's see if I can find even better than that. Um, so you understand a little bit about it better. Let's see. You would understand it in a more perfect sense. Like when the Most High said that in the garden, it says, who told you that you were naked? He was saying, Maya. That's where that word, that would be a good way to use that. That's a good way to use the word who. It's asking an interrogative question. Who told you? Who told you that you're going to be naked? Y'all remember that in the Bible. So who told you? You know, that I was naked. In other words, who told you that you want to wear the other customs of the heathens? That's what that means. Who told you that? Who told? Because who told you that you were naked? In other words, you so wearing the customs of the other heathen that you're naked. That's what how that text really. It's not that they walked around naked in the garden with no clothes on. It's just that the Most High gave them what they needed, and then they went and wanted what the heathen had. So they walked around and they realized that, oh my God, I'm naked here. You naked because you didn't follow what the Most High said. So the Most High said, who told you were naked? Who told you that you following the customs of the heathen? How do you even know? Well, they knew that because the Most High didn't tell them to do that, right?
Kind of.
They said, "Had you eaten of the tree where I commanded you to eat? Did I tell you to do that? Huh? You know, have you eaten it? If I tell you to do that?" So who told you? Who? Maya. Who? What? Who told you? Oh, turn to Genesis 3. I mean, no, you ain't got to do that one. Just who told you that you were naked? That's good enough right there. Who told you? In other words, that's when you see that word, that's what you're really saying. All right, we can move on to the next one if we need to. Y'all understand how this goes. Interrogative words. I mean, but that's a good one. Like, who told you, man? Who told you? Who told Eve? A lot of people say uh, that Eve went out and bit an apple. She didn't bite no apple. As a matter of fact, let's show you what Eve really did. Let me turn to it here in the Bible, okay? Let me turn to it. All right. Let me turn to it. Salakia. All right. Let me see. Uh, um, give me this text here. Let's see. Give me First Timothy 2:13 and 14. We're gonna show you who sinned back then, who discovered that they were naked. And Adam had to come and teach her and say, "Hey, we naked out here. It's not that we got clothes on, but we ain't got no coverings up in here." Give me First Timothy 2:13. Okay. So when the Bible says, "Who, Maya, who told you that you were naked?" Let's make this thing come alive a little bit better here. So Eve wanted to eat of other kingdoms, man. Against the will of her husband. Because he had to go and teach. It was his job to teach her, man. You know, but Eve was deceived. And the Lord said, "Who told you you were deceived? Who told you you were naked? Who told you and Adam?" First Timothy 2:13.
Mhm.
You got it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, post that.
Okay.
First Timothy 2:13. For Adam was first formed, then Eve, and Adam was not deceived. So what's happened here? But the woman been deceived. What did that say right there? But the woman been deceived was in transgression. Adam wasn't deceived. He knew his job. So where's his nakedness fall? Because he didn't teach his wife properly. She went and deceived. She went and the nation, she ate of the garden of the other nations, and she was deceived. And the Lord said, "Who told you was naked?" Y'all understand that? And then by all of this, Adam and of course Eve, eating of the other nations, by their disobedience, man, we were all made sinners. All. So that word "who" right there bears a lot of weight. Who told you that? And from then on, we've been understanding what's going on here, man. Turn to Romans 5 and 19. Turn to Romans 5 and 19. Because when you say, "My Yah, who told you that you were naked?" Well, the Most High is letting us know. Who? My Yah. Who told you that you were naked? Right? That makes sense. Because Eve was deceived. For Adam was first formed. Of course, he was formed first. Of course, it doesn't mean that he was. The Lord made all men and women back in those days, but when he pulled Adam, the first one he pulled out of the dirt was Adam. The first one him to give knowledge. The first one that was given knowledge was Adam. But when that question was asked, it says, "Who told you that you was naked, man?" Well, we read in Genesis. The Lord said, "Eve was first to see, for Adam was first formed, of course. Then Eve. Then Eve was given knowledge. Said, and Adam was not deceived, but he was not deceived. But the woman being deceived was in transgression." Okay, turn to me, Romans 5:19. We got that? Before we get back to the next one here. We're breaking down this word who. And the Most High want to know who told you, you know, from that knowledge that the Most High gave us, and watching all these other nations, you realize that you were in full transgression of the law of the Most High. That's what it was. And then of course, Romans 5:19, we got that? It says, "For as by one man's disobedience many were made sinners, so by the obedience of one shall many be made righteous." By the obedience of one. Who is that one? Who online here? Who's the obedience of one that gonna make all of us righteous? Blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indians, God, children. That's the only one that qualify, by the way. If you Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, no one else needs to apply. But when the Lord is saying this, He says, "For by one man's disobedience, when Adam allowed his wife to grow in transgression like that, he put the whole world of Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian God children in jeopardy." Who? "For as by one man's disobedience many were made sinners, so by the obedience of one man shall be one by the obedience of one shall many be made righteous." Who is the obedience of one that's going to make us righteous? Somebody put that in the chat. What we got?
Michael Love has an answer.
What's your answer?
His answer is Yahanna.
Yahanna. Clap it up for that brother right there. Damn right. Yahanna. That's the only one. If you want to say this right, Yahweh Shai, Hamashiach. That's our Savior. He's gonna have to be the one to pull us out of this shit. I'm sorry, out of this stuff that we've gotten into. He's the only one. I mean, this is we're in this knee deep. Sitting up in the church playing tambourines. What's that tangerine? Sitting up in the church playing tambourines and craziness and organ playing and organ grinding and what else? Smoking joints and who? Y'all. Yeah, who? Y'all. But if you want to know the word who can take us out of this, let's read that text again. "For as by one man's disobedience," that's what Adam did. He put us all up in this mess. "Many were made sinners, so by Adam and Eve, of course, were made sinners, so by the obedience of one shall many be made righteous." Only Yahweh can pull us out of this. All because of what Eve did and what Adam didn't do. And Adam should have been there. Don't go after them people over there. They don't do it. And next thing you know, Eve somewhere in the corner somewhere, strung out. Whatever she done it, and cause all of us. That makes sense.
That makes sense.
Yeah, of course. That's the whole thing. So you kind of wonder. Anyway, all right. Let's move to the next one here. Let's move to this one right here. Let's transliterate this word right here.
Rakwa has an answer.
Rakwa, you on that already, Rakwa? God damn. All right, Rakwa. Wait a minute, hold on. She on that already? She's playing around, is she?
No.
All right, Rakwa. Let's see. What she got?
She has.
How you spell this, Rakwa? Okay, I'm sorry.
As MAH.
Like that.
Kind of.
Ah, Rakwashi. Yeah, she's right. Ma. We're gonna say it's ma. Without saying maha, we just said ma. Ma. Like ma and pa. Ma. And what does that word mean, man? That means what? That's what it means. What? Okay, so let's put that down. It means what? So we're rocking with these interrogatives now, but we're gonna move to something else after a while here. I thought I'd have to bring that in class. Can they see this all right? Yeah, yeah. Okay. My what? That's a question that we ask when we want to say what, right? Yeah. Like like if we want to say like what is it, or here, and this is another interrogative in this case right here. We're asking questions because you can say what time is it, what year is it, what kind of beverages is this? I mean, what water, mm, or what kind of wine that is, right?
Mhm.
So what? So in that case, um, what did see a good question. So what did Eve do? Well, yeah, we don't want to get into that. What did I say here? Let me see. Let me find a good that too. Okay. In other words, okay. So we have the word what. That's the whole point. What? And we see that in Assyrian right here. Got to pay attention to that. Ma. You can say like the word. If I said, I mean, she did a good job by stopping right there instead of saying maha. This ma. That's the interrogative for what. So that's cool. So let's just leave it like that, okay? Let's leave that one just like it is. All right, let's move on to the next word here. Let's go to this one right here. Go to this one here. The next one. I'll put a see if y'all can break this one down. Here's this red dot. We on this one. We're on this line here. We don't have many interrogatives words, so we're going to introduce something else in class. But this is an interrogative word also. Okay? Right here. This one there. Okay? So we had ancient Hebrew, then we had Assyrian Hebrew. It's best to get used to both. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right. What do we got?
No answers yet.
Okay, yeah. Take your time. Uh, y'all take your time because we had Raquan, we had Thawakwa. Give an
Azra
answer.
has joined us, and Michael Love.
Isra, yeah, Michael Love, Yahweh Shem, Yahweh Shai, Barak, thumb to all of my brothers. Yahweh Shamar Alathan by Shem Yahweh Shai. To the brothers, sisters that just joined the chat. We appreciate that. Ayazara Rapqua, Dakwa, Michael Loveshar,
And
Dennis,
Dennis.
and Howard. We got people up in class up in here. So that's cool.
Okay, Dakwa has an answer.
Dakwa. What you got, Dakwa, for this?
She has A H Y A H. Michael Love has an answer too.
What you got?
He's got AHYAH.
They both got the same thing. The
Mhm.
likelihood that they've both been right. Anybody else, just make sure it's good. We're gonna show you because of the way I write that. See, they're getting used to transliterating, and we're gonna show you a little bit about this transliteration of this word here. And I know you guys getting used to it.
And Azara has the same.
Azariah has the same thing.
Got another one.
Okay, let's clap it up for everybody in there, right? Damn right. Somebody else got one?
And Raquel.
Right, let's clap it up again. Damn right. All right, and that's good, and that's what it is. So we're back to the ancient, right? Ancient Hebrew. Abagadah, Hawazaka. So we got and what kind of connector is that? Everybody, let's write. Let people write in the chat.
Okay.
Let people write in the chat. This connector right here, on this first what connector is that? Y'all tell me. Tell me what that is, because we're back to connectors again. Because that's why I go back and forth. Because we didn't have connectors right here on the ancient, right? So what kind of connector is that?
Raquel has an answer.
What you got, Rapqua?
She said that is an independent connector.
Independent connector. Anybody else say the same thing?
Michael Love and Azara.
They say independent connector, right?
Count on one.
Anybody else? Let's make sure. All right, let's clap it up for them. Exam right. Independent connector. That independent connector.
And Dakwa.
And Takawa too. Right. Exactly.
No, Dakwa says that's a dependent. I think she meant the next one.
Well, she might. Okay. Independent means by itself. It can hold its own sound.
Yes, she corrected it.
That's all right. I know she knows because she comes up with the answer, so she gotta know.
Right.
What did she say? What's going on?
She said it's independent. She said
independent connector. It is a thing. In other words, this upside down. That upside down is an independent connector, right? What does it do? It gives the sound of every. Right now, my headband is kind of like independently operating on its own. Any sound that you want up here, if you put that independent connector under there, it's going to say exactly what that sound is. Ba, ga, da, ha, wa, za, ka, ta, ya, ka, la, ma, na, sa, I, pa, ta, zo, kwa, ra, sha, ta. It's going to always say independent. But what if I join it? So what's this connector called? Put it in the chat. Here's another one right here. That's got a U under it. Tell me what that one is. And we went over this in class plenty of time. I just want to make sure you guys know. Y'all tell me what it is. What connector is that? That lets me know we're doing ancient Hebrew. That's what it is. Well, we're doing independent words, Lashawan Qadash and the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. We're letting people know, if you're Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians, we're glad that you join us, that we are discussing words of question. So far, we have who, what, and we'll go on. What connection is that? That is connection. That is a connector. I'm sorry. Slovakia. Write in the chat what this one is. Take your time. What we got?
Okay, Michael Love says
Michael,
that
look.
is a dependent connector,
Dependent, okay. Is
and Raquel said the same thing.
right? Quab said it. And Michael Love. Anybody else? Let's make sure we got it right, man.
Not yet so far.
I mean, huh?
Not yet so far.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. The first one y'all said independent, and this one you said dependent. Let's make sure everybody general consensus. I mean, it can only be a 50-50 chance of either way. Mm. When you get off work on Friday night, enjoy yourself on one of these. Let this take away all the blues. Y'all, you know what I'm saying? Right. Okay, what we got? So
uh,
independent and dependent right here, right?
Count Azara said concert dependent.
Azua and all everybody.
Count that one.
So let's clap it up for everybody right there. I know everybody's know that because it's going to be one of independent, dependent. What does the dependent connector say do? Tell me somebody in the fewest words that you can put in the chat. What does a dependent connector do to sounds? What does a dependent connector do to sounds? Tell me in the fewest words that you can tell me without writing a thesis here. Just tell me in the fewest words that you can actually put in front of you. What is that? What does it tell me? What we got? In the
Um,
fewest words, what is a dependent connector?
okay, Michael Love says joins the sounds. Raquel says blends them together,
Mm-hmm.
and Azara says join.
Enjoying. Exactly. Who else we got in there? Michael Up, Dennis, Shar, and Top. Um, who else we
Michael,
got in there?
we have Azara, Takwa, and
Takwa. Who all said this again?
Michael Love,
Right.
Raquel, and Azara.
Right. Takwa. What do you agree with that? Just making sure, unless you're busy. I didn't mean to, you know. Join those sounds together. Well, but that's right. So far, what I see in that, you actually join sounds together. That's the whole point of this little U looking thing right here. That is a dependent connector. That's what we've seen over the archaeology that we've seen in the Hebrew that the Most High has given blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indians, that the children of Israel. Uh, man, oh, that's crooked board there. Okay, okay. Are we all right there? Okay. Boy, it looks crooked there. I didn't want to. All right. So when you join sounds together in Hebrew, it allows you to make words and it gives you rules and structure. Okay. It allows you to do prepositions, it allows you to do possessive adjectives, all because you can join sounds together. Like when you know what I'm saying? And also you can cut sounds together. But when you use these two symbols, and you don't want to, if you didn't have that, you then how would you have prepositions and possessive adjectives? You wouldn't know how to cut them off and join them or whatever. But that's the whole point, right? So exactly right. So what is this word? All right, this word is where, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, where. I'm sorry, Flocky. Yeah, it means like where? Where'd you put it? That's what they're saying. Where was it? That's a question, right?
Yeah.
Where? Now, interrogative, right? Where? That's what this is basically saying. So, uh, it's just like it's saying, where are the prophets at, man? Where we are, blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indians. Well, you're looking at a priest and prophet right now. Where they at? They right here teaching class. And the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge under command of Johnny Yahanna since 1969. Where are they? Where? That's what that's saying. That makes sense? It's where. Where are they? Okay. All right. Now, um, the last one. We'll do the last one on the board here. This, the last one that we see anyway. Y'all go to this one. Try to translate this word right here. Oh, it ain't the last one. Yeah, it is. I'm sorry, it is the last one. In that particular one. Okay. Where? All right. So far we have who, what, where, and we got something else going on here. Okay. Oh, we got another one here. I'm sorry, but I didn't put it up there yet. All right. Y'all go to work on that. Anybody?
Okay, we have several answers.
Yeah, what we got?
We have Michael Love has MATHAYA.
Make sure everybody get that.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
Bakwa has an answer, and so does Raquan.
What do they got?
Um,
They have the same thing, right? MATHAYA?
yeah, kind of one.
AYA, right. Got you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's good. So they have that one. That just happened to means this word right here. When. Okay. That's what that means. When. Okay. So when we use the word when, okay, it's the same as saying how long. Oops. When you say when, it's actually saying this word also. How long. They're spelled just alike. So when you say mataya, how long? How long? That's what it's saying. So when you use that word, that's what you're really saying. How long? Y'all get it? How long? When? Okay. Let's see. Because it's a question. In other words, and the Most High is asking this question right now because we have sinned before the Lord And the Most High said this. He says, how long wilt thou refuse to humble thyself before me? Find that in Exodus 10 and 3. In other words, and Moses and Aaron came unto Pharaoh and said unto him, thus saith the Lord, God of Hebrews, or Yahweh of Hebrews, how long or when? In this case, how long is a time or when? In other words, when. Let's make sure. Mataya, right, exactly. How long or when? When you gonna worship me? When you gonna humble yourself? That's what it's saying. How long? When? Same thing. Okay. That makes sense? All right. All right. Let's see. We have one more here on the Slovakia. Here's one. I don't have. Let me see if I got a. Let's see if I can put it up here. I'm gonna erase this first one. That says who. We did that one, right? Let's do this one real quick here. We're gonna put it in this space right here. Okay. Transliterate this. Uh, okay. Translate this one right here, and that'll conclude the the interrogatives. Except for one, I believe. We got one more, I believe. No, that'll conclude. Yeah. Anyway. Yes, go ahead.
Rawat has joined us.
Rawat?
Rawat, yes.
Oh, Rawat. Okay, got you. And how Shamar thought about Shem Shah? Sister Rawat. That word right there. Then we'll move on to something else real quick here. Because the interrogative words take just such a short time. And you see that real good. Yeah. Okay. Ain't in the way now. I don't think so.
No.
Okay. Y'all sharpen y'all pencils for this. Next, we'll do a few numbers, then we'll end class. I want to do all of the interrogative words, get them out of the way. And you guys write these down in your notes because we'll get into shortly using these words in sentences. That's who, what, where, when, how long. We use the word mataya, of course. Who, what. I've erased the word who up here. I hope you wrote it down. who, what, ma'a, ayah, where, mata, ya, when, how, or the same as saying how long. And of course, here's another one up here. By elimination, some people will remember it by the process of understanding elimination there. So, but get the last one here, and then we'll move on to sharpen your pencils real quick. We'll spend about 5 or 10 minutes on something else, and then we'll end class. Okay?
Okay.
Go ahead.
Michael Love he's asking the question, but he has an answer.
Okay.
His answer is MADA.
Okay.
WI. MADAWI.
WI. Try this. You don't want to shorten that wow. It's only if the I comes before that. I think that's what you want to ask, Michael Love.
Yeah, because he has a question mark.
Yeah, I believe that's what you wanted to know. If that I came this way, then you would shorten that ah. You would take it out. In this case, it's WAI because it's being followed by the sound. Wa. Wa. Mada wa. Mada wa I. Or mada wa. Or mada wa I. So you give it the full sound wa, but I is at the end. Now, if the I would have been before that, then we can talk eliminating the ah there. That makes sense? But that's not the case here. It's wa here, there, then the I. Is that what you were talking, Mike? Michael Love?
Takawa has
Okay.
that answer.
Takawa has this MADIWAI.
MADAWAI.
MADAWAI. I'm sorry. Lock.
Okay.
Is that your question, Michael Love?
He said cancer.
Yep, see?
Mm-hmm.
I kind of figured that's what it is. And that's what it is, because I taught you guys when you see a I or a in there anywhere, beware. There's going to be something funky going on or something different going on, is what I mean. Hebrew is not funky, it's just different. Blame it on the wine. Yeah. What we got? Everybody else?
Just Michael Love and Takawa.
Takawa? Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, that is saying this word here. Why? Okay. I already said who is my Yah, so we'll say that. I erased that one before, remember? Who? Okay. So let's say with Lashawan Qadash interrogative words, we're saying who, my Yah, my ah, what? Everybody else had this, I'm sure. Ma da wa I, or ma da why. Okay, or ma da wa I. Okay, so that means why, of course. So we're saying my Yahoo, ma what? Ayah where? Ma the Yah when or how long? Okay, we talked about it. And of course, who? Who sinned before the Lord? The children of Israel. But who is who are the people of the Most High? How do you know we're the people of the Most High? Well, let's turn to it. Let's turn to Deuteronomy 7:6. Let's find that. Let me read that to you if y'all patient with me. I know y'all gonna be patient with me today. Deuteronomy 7:6. It says this. Let's see. For thou art an holy people. Who is it talking about? Thou art an holy people. Who are the children of the Most High? Thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. In other words, my Yahoo. In this case, we're going to use the word in this case, okay? For thou art a holy people. All right? Qadash-Im. Unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen you. The Lord Yahweh have chosen thee to be a special people unto himself. Now you can't be no more. Who? You can't be no more chosen than that. I thought I'd just bring this text up to show you who you really are on my Yah. Who? Okay? Slack. Who you really are, my Yah, right? They're special people unto himself above all people. See, this is what people don't understand or get. When he says above all people, man, a lot of people don't realize how heavy that is. You above all the people of the entire universe up here on this earth. All the worlds that were framed on this planet. The Most High has put who? Us. Let's read it again. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God, and the Lord thy Yahweh have chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all the people that are upon the face of the earth. That's what it says. The face of this earth, this Aratazah, this earth. That's what this is saying. Who are we? The Most High's people. That makes sense. Why? Because he's chosen us. What are we? The Most High's people. Chosen. Right? Where are we? On this earth. Yah. When? From the beginning. Most High knew us before we were even born. Did y'all even know that? Did y'all know the Most High knew you before you were born? When you were in the belly? Bible says that. Where that at? Let's find that here. He formed us before we even. Let's see here. Let's find out. Let's find out here. Oh damn. Okay. Um. Hmm. Lock it. Here it is right here. Give me Isaiah 44 and 2. When? Matayah. How do you know you the Most High's people? That we just read about it. But how do you know? When did he do that? How do you know that? The Most High did this before you were even thought of. The Most High has chosen you. Uh, let's turn to Isaiah 44 and 2. Okay, follow along with me. Thus saith the Lord that made thee. Okay, thus saith Yahweh that made thee. Yahweh. Okay, and formed thee from the womb. Y'all know what the womb is, right? And here you are in the womb. Most I already know. It said, which will help thee. Fear not, O Jacob, my servant, and thou Jezron, whom I have chosen. The Lord did that. Okay, and let's turn to what I said. Isaiah. What did I read? What did I just read? Isaiah 44 and 24. Read that. What did I give you?
42.
I'm sorry. Give me Isaiah 44 and 24, Slaki. I think I read you Isaiah 44 and 2. That's cool. That's a good one too. Isaiah 44 and 24. We're going to show you when Matayah, the Lord has thought of us being a chosen people. Okay. Thus saith the Lord, the Redeemer. Isaiah 44 and 24. Yeah. Or, yeah. Got that one? I mean, we got a few passages on this. Isaiah 44 and 24, right? Thus saith Yahweh, thy Redeemer, and he that formed thee from the womb. He's formed us from the womb, man. I am the Lord that maketh all things, and stretch forth the heavens alone, that spreadeth abroad the earth by himself. He formed us from the womb, man. That makes sense. And then he also, Isaiah 49 and 5. We'll read that one too. Let's read it while we at it. When he did this from the womb. You can't be. We were the most highest people from the womb, man. And now saith the Lord, you got Isaiah 49 and 5. And now saith the Lord that formed me from the womb to be what? His servant, to bring Jacob again to Israel, though Israel be gathered. I'm sorry, though Israel be not gathered, yet shall I be glorious in the eyes of the Lord, and my God shall be my strength. The Lord has done all that for us, man. Okay, that makes sense, right? Um, Here's one, Psalms 90 and 2. Now that'll be the last one I'll say on that. Probably should have been the first one. Psalms 90 and 2, right? Before the mountains, Psalms 90 and 2. Before the mountains. We'll find that for you. Post it in the chat. Y'all read along with me at home there. Psalms 90 and 2. Okay. And the Bible says this. When? Well, we're showing you. Matayah. We're saying this. Psalms 90 and 2. Before the mountains were brought forth, or ever has formed, the earth and the world, even from everlasting to everlasting, thou art God. This the Most High is saying he has been God forever. Okay, when forever, and he's formed us. All right. I'm sorry, before he formed the earth and before he formed the mountains, right? And of course, these other texts, he formed us from the womb, from the beginning. So before the mountains were made and all this, Most High said, "Look here, I formed you for the womb, man." I'm sorry. Before the mountains were brought forth, or ever has formed the earth and the world, even forth everlasting to everlasting, thou art God. The Most High was before all of the mountains. And then before, for you, while you were in the womb, the Most High formed us. He already knew. He gave us a name. He chose us. He knew where we were supposed to be. Right? He formed thee from the womb. So when you say when, you can use that word in a lot of different ways. Right? When was the Lord made? Well, the Lord was never made. He was always here. Before the mountains were here. He's just showing you how long it is. How long that he's been here. And before anything, before the womb, the Most High knew who we were. Matayah, when. So those are the words. Mayahu, Madawai, why? Okay? Ma'ah, what? Ayah, where? Matayah, when and how long? That makes sense. Okay. Any questions on that? And just understand that too, Michael Love, that when you're using this, what word was that? Madawan? You still got it?
He asked a question, Jeremiah 1 and 5, sir.
Jeremiah 1 and 5? Go ahead. Get that. We can pull that. Yeah. Okay. Jeremiah 1 and 5. Yeah, that's probably the one I wanted. Thank you. I'm looking all over. Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee and came. And before thou comest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee. And I ordained thee a prophet unto nations. That's a good one. Let's clap it up for the brother right there. That's a good one right there. That's even one better than the ones I pulled. That's a good one. That's one of the that'll go along with that. Let's read that again. I like that. Probably one of the ones I wanted to pull too. Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. The Lord knew us. All right. Belly, I knew thee, and before thou comest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee, and I ordained thee to be a prophet of all nations. That's a good one. That's perfect right there. But Matthiah, when did he do it? For the womb. Okay, that's what he did. Who? He did the children of Israel like that. The priests and prophets, right? And I ordained thee be a prophet. We're a prophet of all nations, man. I mean, we're a prophet unto the nations. I'm sorry, Slocky. Where are our people at? Where are people in all nations? That's why it says that. So, Maya, who? Madawai, why? Okay. Ma'a, what? Ayah, where? Mathaya, when? How long? Okay, so y'all understand that, right? Appreciate that, Mike. Love. All right. Let's do this. Everybody have this, right? Let's do this right here. So lucky about that. Had so many texts. Got too many. Should have just had one or two. Hey. Huh? All right, let's finish up what we were doing. I said I would give y'all sharpen the pencil. I said I would do this from last week. We're going to remember your understanding of the Hebrew numbers, right? So we're done with interrogative words, and I think we all know. If you have any questions, just put in the chat. Is it people clapping up in the chat? That's good.
That was Ruach.
Rawaf, right, good. So here we go. Anyway, this is what we got. I want you guys to give me this word. I mean, this number here. In Hebrew, tell me what this is. How do you write this? As a matter of fact, before we get into that, write this. What is that right there? Let's do this one, and then give me that. Before, I want you to give me what that number is right there in Hebrew. How would you say that number? That number right there. On that line right there. As a matter of fact, let me erase this one right here so you won't confuse it with anything else. The number. How do you write this number in Hebrew? Right there. We're going to spend just a little time on this before we end class, okay? And always be ready to memorize your number system. We have a little time left because interrogative words, they don't take too long because we only have 5, 6, 7 with the H's. Anybody, let me know when anybody got answers right here. Okay.
Fakwa has Thashai, Thashi, and Azra has.
Anybody else? Okay. Got it. All right, give me this right here. Give me that word in Hebrew. This one. In Hebrew. I'm going somewhere, but I won't do it this week. But after a while, we're going to be adding and subtracting with these. We'll make it a lot easier, though, you know. But right now, let's just identify them. Let's have some fun. We won't be long here. We won't be long in class here. We'll just get a little bit more. Interrogatives took the time real fast. And Yahanna will wind taking this way. As we get off work on a Friday evening. And people, how will we write this one? Because remember, that's 30 and 9. That's what you got to know. Right? What we got?
Okay. Dakwa has Lashai and Shala.
She got the shy.
Lashai, Shalashiam. Shalasham.
That plural there, right? That's important because that sets the stage for this.
Azura
Izarah.
has Shabiyam. The shy. But then she says, I was on 79.
Well, yeah, we'll do that one in a second here.
Okay.
But I just wanted to switch it down. I'm Slakia Izarah. We'll do that one in a second here. But the shy, everybody agree with this? The shy, Shalashium. What is Shalash? That must be taking care of this 30 here, right? Shalashium. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So what is 39? 30 plus 9, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you got to take care of 30 first, Shalash. Then you got to say yam to make it plural. Because remember, we start off at 20, right?
Mm-hmm.
Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
And how do we say 20? Well, when you get to 20, you have to pluralize that, right?
Mm-hmm.
The 10 plus 10, right?
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, 30, shalas yum or izarayam. That's what 20 was. That's like a 10 pronounced twice. But that yum, that plural sound, that's what it is. So the shy is 9. So that's 9. That take care of the 9 right there. And then 30, this takes care of the 30 right there. Because that's 3 plus 10. I mean, plus 10 3 times. So it's like 3, that's like 10 plus 10 plus 10. How do we know that? Because of that yum. That's plural. That makes sense?
Makes sense.
Shalash yum. That's where we get it from. All right, let's go to that 79 that you were saying. Okay. I'm just letting you know. We'll move to that one. Breaking it down a lot easier. What's that 79? You got what she got?
She has Shabayam Tashai.
And what else?
She has it the other way.
Well, it doesn't matter. We want to write it backwards,
I see.
actually,
Okay.
because if you were writing this backwards, 30 would be over here,
I see.
plus 9. That's why I'm writing it that way.
Okay,
So she has what? The Shabayam?
Shabayam.
Spell that.
Shabiyam.
Mm-hmm. That's that YM again, right? What does that mean? That means that I get to do this. I get to say 7, right?
Uh-huh.
10 times. I mean, 7 plus, I'm sorry, 7 will be 10 times, right? That's like 70.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just going to put it like this. Okay, now if I were to write 10 7 times down there, that's what that would mean. Because what? What's telling me to do that? This yum. And the shy again is what? 9? Right? All right, good. All right, here's a couple more, and then we're going to let this thing. What's a brother? You know, we've got so many things going on here. All right, where we at? All right, let's do this one real quick here. Let's say, everybody remember this one right here? I'll write that one. Check that. What's this? How do you say 100 in Hebrew?
Takuwa has an answer.
Takowa, what you got?
She has MAAH.
All right. Right?
Mm-hmm.
How you say this?
Oh, Raquel has an answer.
What you got, right?
Oh, she misread. She said she misread.
Okay, 200.
She misread it. She said.
So 100 is ma'ah. Of course, we know that.
Mm-hmm.
Just as like a review. So what's 200? In other words, if 10 is I Shara, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's 20? Same principle, right? Somebody tell me what 200 is. Anybody? Yeah, what we got?
Raquel has an answer.
Raquel, right.
She says it's MAAHTHYAM. Takwa has an answer too.
Go ahead. What did Raquel say?
MAAHTHYAM.
What's
Takwa?
Yeah, Takwa.
Takwa. She has MAAHYAM.
She has this one, right? Raquel?
That's Takwa.
Okay, something else. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So my yum. So Raquel, we're saying, so what's 20? Would 20 be this? Wouldn't that be right here? Asherayim, right?
Mhm.
So Ma'ah is what? That's the next graduation of the next full 100. That's like saying 100 plus 100, right? And that we get from 20, 10 plus 10 is 20. Same thing, the same idea and understanding. So 100 plus 100, that yam is plural, ma'ayam, right?
Mhm.
So Ashara is 10, so Asharayam is 10 plus 10 or 20. So it's ma'ayam. Okay, that makes sense?
That makes sense.
That's what I'm trying to get you to see. And of course, what's this one right here? Thousand.
I think Raquel had it.
Right, qua? She got 1,000?
She had it earlier. She thought that was 1,000.
Got it. What's she have?
She had AHLAP.
Everybody agree with that, right? Right?
Kind of. Dr. Ward said same.
Same thing, right? Exactly. So AHLOP. Let's clap it up for everybody so far. Damn right. So what's this? Can they see that one? So far we have 100 is the principle. What we're doing here is showing you how all we have to do is pluralize this next 10 plus 100 plus 100. Pluralize the 10, you get 20. Okay, so you can say ashara yum, yum, yum. That's the plural. Okay. Then after that, of course, if you're going to say 300, then you'll say what? What's 3? You know,
Mhm.
you go on from there, and then it'll be yum after that. What's 4? You see? What's 5? You just put, all you got to do is 500. You just got to put ma'ah, you know, and then, but you got to put the 5 in there, of course.
Raquel has,
If I-
Dr. Ward has an answer.
You got to put, huh?
She has an answer.
For 2,000?
Kind of.
What you got?
She's got AHLAPYAM.
Y'all got the principle, right?
Mm-hmm.
Slovakia. So what's general understanding about all of these? They have yam, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and they're also saying 100 plus 100 to 20 plus 20. Oh, that's getting somewhere, right?
Mm-hmm.
You understand? 2,000 is a lap yum. You're plural. And so that set the pace and tone for what's 3. So, you understand?
Yeah.
So if that's the case, give me 300. Since y'all said that before we quit here. Y'all give me 300 out there. If that's the case, we've already said 200 is ma'ayam. Now all you got to do is just take care of this. 100 plus 100 plus 100. But you got to take care of that 3. It ain't going to just be ma'ayam anymore. Not 100, because that's the first one understood. Now we got a 3. So what is 3?
Dr. Ward has an answer.
What you got, Dr. Wa?
She's got Shalash Mahayam. Mahayam.
Ma'ayam.
Mahayam.
Ma'ayam is the plural form of anything you're going to put after that. After that 100, you're saying Ma'ayam. Well, shalash. Shalash Ma'ayam. Or in this case, it's really 300. Really, this goes the other way, but it's all right. It's really Ma'ayam Shalash. What we have it. I'm sorry. I wrote it in English, but it's really Shalash should be over here and Ma'ayam be over there. Y'all got it right. It's like if I was to write this in real Hebrew and actual words and spell all that, and that'll be Sha, La, and then a Sha, it would be starting here first. Shalash, and then Ma, Ah, just like it. And then Ya, and then a Ma on the end, it'll be over here. Of course, you write Hebrew from what? Right to left. Well, right now, I mean, either way, it's understood right there. Because it could only be one thing. So we're going to say Shalash Mayam. Of course, we write in English. Of course, that's correct. All right. That makes sense?
Makes sense.
So Shalash, that 3. And so if this was 4, what's 4? What's how you write 4? Arabai? Right?
Arabai.
Now, you can say Shalash Mayam. You can say, some people will say that's, Shalash. Arabai Yam. You want to say Araba Ma'ayam. That's how I would say it. That would be 400, right?
Mm-hmm.
And of course, 5 is what? Kamash. If you would say Kamash Yum, I would understand it, but I would say Kamash Ma'ayam. Or some people say, because you can't say Kamash. I'm sorry. Let me. I take that back. You can't say Kamash Yum because that is 50. So if I was going, you can't even say Shalash Yum because that's 30. So you got to put the Ma in there. Shalash Mayam. It's been a long night.
Mm-hmm.
But y'all understand. So you got to say. So what's 60? How would you say this one right here? This will be the last one of the night. Give me this is the last one. I'm taking a shortcut, so y'all pay attention to me here. That'd be the last one of the night. 700. That'd be the last one. I must be getting tired. I'm starting to talk backwards here. But anyway, come on, y'all. Give me 700. How would you say that?
Dr. Wall says it's Shabai Ma'ayam.
So what's Shabayam? What's Shabayam? Yeah, let them answer it.
Mm-hmm.
What's Shabayam, y'all? If this is Shabai Mayam, what's Shabayam? Anybody? Y'all answer that. The last one, last thing you do.
Dr. Wall says
What you got?
70, and Mike Love says Shabayam is 70.
Yeah, clap it up for class. Yeah, I can't fool nobody no more. Y'all got it right. Y'all clap it up for class. Give yourself a hand, man. Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Baraka Thumb. To all my brothers, Yahweh Shema Thumb, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, to my sisters. You guys did a wonderful class here tonight in interrogatives and then went over the number system. in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, and I appreciate that to be standing there, even in my consistencies and inconsistencies. Every week I get better and better. But anyway, that's what we are. So people, y'all clap it up for class, like and share the class. Just to let you know that also we're gonna be some announcements in a second here. Let you know that the Passover is on what, a couple weeks, 7 weeks, 7 more weeks, man. The 57th annual Passover. 7 more weeks roughly. Okay, make sure you pay your Passover fees, man. That's $200 for all of this Passover, unleavened bread, Jerome Hyman's breakdown, of course. We have the children's uh, part uh, party, I believe, right? And then we have the black party. We have the what else? We have a lamb slaughter, of course, the first day, the feast of unleavened bread after the Passover. Go to have Passover and the feast of unleavened bread. All that for just $200. That's not a whole lot of money considered. Everybody is what, 18 over, I believe?
Yeah, 17.
17 over, I'm Slovakia. To make sure you make your journey down to Houston, Texas, right? Yeah, let's clap it. Everybody clap for the clap. Damn right. Exactly right. We had a wonderful class here tonight. I appreciate you guys. I wanted to do a little bit on interrogative words so that you guys can put that in your book. So when we start writing sentences, I won't have to ask you what does why mean, and what does my ya mean, and what does my I mean. You guys already have that. See, mata ya, right? You already have all that. You will already have it. Interrogative, words of question. Okay, let's read some Hebrew announcements, right? We of the ISUPK start off 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for the new brother and sister. When a new brother and sister comes to the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange. But after 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in the particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithe, which is a commandment, Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8 and 10. Means tenth in Hebrew, ma asherah, 10% of every penny of any increase the Most High gives you. Give to the Treasury Department or teacher, priest fund, a free will offering for the priest, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like of holy convocation. Let's see. We have the next of holy convocation. There's Purim, 14th day, and the 15th day of the 12th month. Monday, the 2nd March, and Tuesday, the 3rd March, 2026. You'll find that in Esther 9, 20, and 31, of course. Remind Akim and Akwak to check the bulletin board. And if anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black boots, shirt, pant, headband, and scarf. Make sure you guys pay your tithe. And let's salute out our brothers and sisters, right? Okay. Lock. Mab Shabbat. Maj. Barak. Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai Barak Atam. Sar. Yamata. Sar. Face the sisters. Mam Shabbat. Mad. Barak. Yahweh Shema Alathar Hashem Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Shema. Allah Hashem Yahweh.
Yamata. Class dismissed.